Hello everyone, I am Dr. Vikram Joshi, faculty member, Department of Management Technology, Shri Ramdeva College of Engineering and Management. Today, I am going to discuss the topic testing of hypothesis. Now in testing of hypothesis, first of all we'll discuss what is hypothesis, and then we'll discuss how to test the hypothesis. Now hypothesis is nothing but the statement of relationship between the variables. So whenever you are formulating a hypothesis, your hypothesis must contain at least one variable, and this variable must be clearly observable, identifiable and measurable. If the variable is not identifiable, if the variable is not measurable, and if the variable is not the identifiable, then the relationship cannot be proved. And that is the reason these three conditions, observability, identifiability and measurability, these three conditions must be fulfilled. Now testing of hypothesis. Whenever we are testing the hypothesis, this hypothesis we may test for a single sample, or this hypothesis we may test for 2 samples, or even we can test the hypothesis for multiple samples. When we are testing the hypothesis for either a single sample or 2 sample or multiple sample, again the question arises whether how much is the sample size, whether the sample size is less than 30 or the sample size is more than 30. If the sample size is less than 30, then such type of sample is called as the small sample, and if the sample size is more than 30, then generally such type of sample may be treated as the large sample. Now before proceeding with the hypothesis testing, we'll first see with some examples. Now for example, if you see this example, in this example where the sample size is less than 30, there are only 8 samples, and there is a company, and this company wants to test a claim, and that claim is about the average life of tire. They are saying that average life of the tire is 40,000 km. So here we can see clearly the company wants to test the claim about average life of the tire, which is a variable. This variable is easily observable, this variable is identifiable, and this variable is measurable in terms of distance traveled. So the company has taken the sample of 8, and here 8 tires, and the distance traveled by these tires is also noted. Now in this case, the company wants to test the claim that the average life of the tire is 40,000 km. So here the null hypothesis will be mu is equal to 40,000, and the alternative hypothesis will be mu is not equal to 40,000. Now here this alternative hypothesis mu is not equal to 40,000 is taken because the claim is whether the tire is whether the average life of the tire is 40,000 km or not. So here it is not, the claim is not whether it is more than 40,000 or less than 40,000, and that is why the alternative hypothesis is mu is equal to 40,000. Now so here the sample size is 8, which is less than 30. So this is obviously a small sample. Now in such circumstances, the test statistic used is t-test, which is given by x bar minus mu upon standard error, which is calculated as s upon under root of n. Now when we are testing any hypothesis, there are certain decision rules. This is a decision rule that we are going to follow. If p-value of this t-statistic is less than 0.05, then we reject the null hypothesis, and if p-value is greater than 0.05, do not reject the null hypothesis. Now reject null hypothesis means we are accepting the see this with the help of R, how to test this particular hypothesis. So here I open first of all the R commander. Now in this R commander, this Excel sheet I am going to upload, especially here I am going to upload the data sheet. So this the same sheet I have created here. So this data sheet I am going to upload in R. So I open this R commander. In R commander I go into data, import data. So in import data I open the Excel sheet. Now here the Excel, here the R window asks for the name of the data set. So here I can change the name, whatever name I want I can give that name, or even I can proceed with the data set, or I can say this as data set 1 and then click on OK. After clicking on OK, now there is a folder which I have created. In this folder, hypothesis testing, I open this. Now I need the data sheet n less than 30 data. So this already I have created. So I open this data sheet. So after opening this data sheet, so this particular Excel sheet I have opened. This is the Excel sheet. So this data sheet I have opened here. So I can view this data set. So this is the data set. There are total 8 samples of tires, and this is the distance, average distance they have traveled, average life of these tires, which is given in terms of kilometers. Here you can see the name of the data set. This is data set 1. Now I want to test the hypothesis. This is my null hypothesis and this is my alternative hypothesis. Mu is equal to 40,000 against mu not equal to 40,000. So here I click on statistics. Now I am testing for the means and I am testing for single sample t-test. So single sample, click on this. Then here you see in this window there are 2 variables. One is average life, which is given, which is named as kilometers, and another tires. So I select kilometer, which is the average life of the tire. Now here the details are asked about. You have to enter the details with regard to your null hypothesis. So by default it will take automatically the alternative hypothesis. So here in null hypothesis, my null hypothesis is mu is equal to 40,000. So I enter here 40,000. So automatically here the alternative hypothesis will be mu is not equal to 40,000. Or if I want to test any other thing like mu is less than or greater than, then accordingly I can click here on these buttons. Now after doing this, here there is one more option given, that is about the confidence level. So if I select confidence level 0.95, that means I am testing this for 5% level of significance. So if I am testing this for 5% level of significance, I will keep this 0.95 as it is, and then I will click on OK button. So after clicking on OK button, you can see here the data is about the average life, which is given in terms of kilometers. Then here t value is given. This t value is minus 0.27003, the degrees of freedom 7. P value is given to be 0.7949. Now as I said, so these are the values which we use for drawing the inferences about our sample. So as I said, here we are testing for this, and the decision rule is if p value is less than or equal to 0.05 for 95% confidence level or 5% level of significance, we reject the null hypothesis, and if this is greater than, so do not reject the null hypothesis. This implies that, so here your p-value is much greater than 0.05. That means you do not reject the null hypothesis. That means that mu is equal to 40,000. That is, the claim made by the company is significant and it is 40,000. Now if I want to test this for other level of significance, then I can do that also. So here what I can do, instead of 95, if I write 90, that means I am testing for 10% level of significance, 90% confidence level. So here rest of the things will remain same, only your rest. So here we can see that again we are getting the same values. So that means that for at 90% confidence level also the same thing holds true. I can do this even for the 1% level of significance. So if I want to do this for 1% level of significance, I will write 0.99 and then OK. So here we can see that this hypothesis is H0 is actually we do not reject H0 at 1%, at 5%, as well as at 10% level of significance. Now so this is all about how to test the hypothesis for a single sample where sample size is less than 30. Now we'll see another set of data where we can see there are samples pre and post, or before and after type of data. So here we have taken the scores pre-training and post-training, and we want to see whether the performance improves after training or not. So in this example here we are having the two samples. This is a paired sample. So here number of observations are same. We are executing certain tests on same set of employees, and the scores are given pre and post training, before and after. Now here again, since there are two samples, null hypothesis will be mu1 is equal to mu2 and alternative will be mu1 is not equal to mu2. Now again, now in this before going for the next data set, in the same data set, if you want to test for any other type of alternative hypothesis, you can select here these options as well, and you can click on OK button, and then accordingly you can get the output. Now for another data set, now in this particular data set again we will have the t statistics, number of observations are less than 30. Now in this case again I need to upload this particular data set. So this data set I have mentioned, or I have downloaded in another worksheet. Now this worksheet I am going to open in this R. So again I go to data, import data, then from Excel file. Now here again name of the file, so I name this as dataset 2. Now click on OK. Hypothesis testing. Now I am opening this another sheet, n less than 30, post test pair test data, and then OK. So after this, here the dataset 2 is now uploaded. I can view this dataset. So here number of employees are 10, before and after scores are available. Now for paired t-test, again go to statistics, testing for means. Now here the options are given paired t-test. Now the beauty of this particular software R is that whatever are the possible things we can do with the data are listed and highlighted here. So here I want to use paired t-test. So I go to pair t-test. Now here first variable, so we will pick up 1, that is before, and here second variable, that is after. After doing this, you go to the options. Now again here the options are available, whether you are going for two-sided alternative hypothesis or one-tailed test or whatever. So two-tailed or one-tailed test, these options are available here. Then since alternative hypothesis we are going with is mu1 minus mu2 either equals to 0, mu1 minus mu2 less than 0, or mu1 minus mu2 greater than 0. So confidence level by default is 0.95, that is at 5% level of significance we are going to test this hypothesis. So click on OK. Now here, so since here we have taken the hypothesis that null hypothesis is mu1 equals to mu2, that is mu1 minus mu2 equals to 0, or mu1 minus mu2 not equals to 0. So we are testing this hypothesis. So here we get t value minus 4.1288. So before and after, this is the data. Here p value is 0.0025, which is significantly less than 0.05. So when your value is significantly less than 0.05, you can reject your H0 and you can accept the alternative hypothesis. So here alternative hypothesis is true difference in means is not equals to 0. So since this t is much more higher and significantly greater than or less than 0, since the sign is negative, we can say that your null hypothesis is rejected and we accept the alternative hypothesis. So this we can do for other level of significances as well. So and even we can test this for one-tailed test as well. So for doing this, if I believe that before and after or after is significantly greater or difference is greater, in such cases I can go with any of these, like difference is less than 0, significantly less than 0, and here I want to test this with 99% confidence level, that is 1% level of significance. So okay, so here since p value is very less, t is in negative, so here we can say that the true difference in means is significantly less than 0. So this hypothesis is proved, so alternative is proved, and your null hypothesis is rejected, or we can reject the null hypothesis. So this is how we can test for paired sample as well when the size of the sample is less than 30. Now the next case. So here also we have the options. We can go into the means, the paired t-test. Here we can, in options, you can select whatever alternative hypothesis you want to test. Here you can change your confidence level as well. You can test it at 10% level of significance as well. So this is all about your paired t-test. Now one more is when the samples are independent. For example, in case of independent samples, another case, see there are two samples and here the data is obtained. So there is a company and the data is collected for two cities, and in this case what they assume, the intention to purchase customers is normally distributed with equal variances in two cities taken for the study. So this is normally the assumption, that we always assume that they are having the equal variances. Now on the basis of this sample taken for the study, we want to estimate that the difference in the population means at 5% level of significance. So we are again here having the data on proposed expenditure incurred on flats by customers, and again the hypothesis So there are two cities, Raipur and Dehradun. We want to test whether the expenditure incurred on flats by customers is whether it is significantly different or same in both the cities. So in this case again we will have the hypothesis, null hypothesis, mu1 minus mu2 equals to 0, mu1 minus mu2 not equal to 0. Here you can see that the size of the sample varies. In first case there are 27 sample, in another case there are only 25 sample units. Now this is the data which is available. Now this is the data which we have tabulated according to our convenience, but in many cases it happens that the data may not be tabulated appropriately and it is normally available in such form: region and willingness. So we are testing for the willingness of the people in terms of the expenditure incurred on these flats. Now we want to test whether there exists significant difference in the expenditure incurred in these two cities. So this we can test with the help of again R. So here again go to first data, you import the data. So this data will be imported from again Excel file. I rename this data set, I name this data set as 3. Okay, now I open the Excel sheet hypothesis testing 1. Now in this case, now I am going to select this two sample data which where sample size is less than 30 and then OK. Now here data set 3 is appearing. I can view this data, and this data is in the form of region and willingness. So this is the total data, 25 plus 27, that is 22 sample size. Now again go to statistics, means. Now here select independent sample test, sample t-test. Click on this. After clicking on this, here the option is obviously region, so no need to select any grouping parameter. If there are number of such type of parameters available, then those parameters will be listed here and you can choose between those. And response is willingness, so response variable is willingness here. So this will remain as it is. Then go to option. Now here how the differences are taken, that is mentioned Dehradun and Raipur. So Dehradun minus Raipur, such type of difference will be taken by default by this software. You cannot change this. Then select your alternative hypothesis, whether you are testing for two-tailed or one-tailed. Accordingly you select your option. Then here you select your confidence level. Then assume equal variances. So in this example, since it is mentioned that it is tested for normality and you are making the assumption of equal variances, you can click here. But if you have not tested for normality or variances, then you can keep this as the default. So depending upon the availability of information, you can select these options and then select OK. So here you can see that, so again we have selected two-tailed test. So alternative hypothesis is true difference in means is not equal to 0. So difference between Dehradun and Raipur. So here we can see that p-value is significantly less than 0.05. This implies that your null hypothesis is rejected and you accept the alternative hypothesis, that is true. There is a significant difference existing between the two, and the difference is significantly greater or it is not equal to 0. So this is how we can test the hypothesis for small sample, whether it is one sample or two sample, or so for one or two sample especially this, and for small sample, these are the various tests that we can use. So this is all about the hypothesis testing part 1. In hypothesis testing part 2, we will discuss how to test the hypothesis in case of the large sample where data size, whereas sample size is more than 30.